JKB back with another episode. Today on the show, I'm going to be reviewing Perception. Thank you so much to the dev for sending over the review copy. If you like what I do in this review, please subscribe to my channel. Let's get right into the review of Perception. When I first heard about this game, I was super excited. First and foremost, I'll say that it was a Kickstarter game that hit its goal within a couple of weeks. Is it based on the fact that one of the devs from BioShock and BioShock Infinite was involved? Maybe. Well, him and his wife came up with, I guess, the idea of this game, and he put it on Kickstarter, and of course, it was funded because the idea of using an echolocation mechanic in a video game, wow, that's an interesting idea. The only way you could see the environment is to use the echolocation. Now, of course, if you've seen a blind person, they have a walking stick. In this game, I'm assuming, because it's never kind of pointed out to you how she's seeing this, but yes, you have your right trigger, which knocks on the wall, or the ceiling, or the floor, or midair. The point here is, the only way to see the level is to knock, and the knocking is just so ridiculously annoying. After 10 minutes of gameplay, that 6 hours of knocking in a game are going to make you smash the controller against the wall. Let me break it down by telling you the first 10 minutes of this game. You start by going into the mansion and start to use your echolocation. You start to clearly see that this game's going to be annoying based on the fact that, yes, the only way to see anything is to use the echolocation. But once you get past that and you get involved with the atmosphere and the tone of the game, there are definite scary moments in the game. The story is really paint by numbers, and that's something I don't want to get too much into because some people out there might want to still play this game. I will say that it feels like a very just poorly written idea. The idea essentially is that there's a doctor and a wife and there's a baby and there's a mystery and you have to figure this out. You've been called to the mansion through your dreams. So somehow this blind woman has traveled there alone. No one's really looking after her. Yeah, it's got some cheesy ideas in here. That, yeah, you kind of got to put aside because it's a video game. But at times, it just won't let up. You're just stuck with this cheesy mess of a game. And it kind of does push you to keep playing because you want to see more scares. You want to see more jumps. They definitely do happen, so I'll give it, a thumbs up for that. I will say that the story is very disappointing. It's just something that's kind of gluing this thing together, pushing you through it. When I'm reviewing a game and I'm saying to myself, oh my, can this please end? I know that I'm not enjoying the story, so without getting into detail of what the story essentially is, I'm going to say the game's not worth playing just for the story. Is it worth playing, however, for the cool idea of the echolocation? And in saying that, of course, I'm not going to say it is, because it isn't. The idea of tapping on the wall and tapping on the ceiling and all of this stuff and really getting this ghost aggravated by doing that because you're in this mansion and he's floating around somewhere, it's an awesome idea on paper. But when you play it in a game like this, you kind of want to make the ghost come kill you so you can turn the game off. Having a blind character in a video game kind of paints them into a corner because, of course, when you come across a letter or you need to read something, it's not going to really happen. You kind of pick up a piece of paper and you're not going to be able to read it. That's just, echolocation's not going to do that. So they've introduced her cell phone, which obviously has an app on it that allows you to take a photo of a note and then it'll read it out to you. How goddamn annoying is that? Well, it's just as annoying as all of the audio logs that are strewn about this giant mansion. Overall, I'm going to give Perception a 4 out of 10. I can only recommend this to the true hardcore horror fans out there that like jump scares. This game does have the jump scares, so I will give it that. Other than that, if you're looking for a decent story, I'd take a hard pass. If you're looking for a new, cool, unique gameplay element that you've never seen before, echolocation, sure as shit, definitely isn't that mechanic. Just take a hard pass on this one. 4 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what I did in this review, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of JKB.